Hello, Sammy. Oh, y'all in here quickly. What's up, y'all? What's up? 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 Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Is it on? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? What's up? How you doing? Capital YES spells yes. What's going on, y'all? Hold on one second. I'm going to start coming live more because I have a book that is coming out. And, okay, I just want to talk about some things concerning life in general. I am on a journey, and those that follow me, I know the Umbrella Lady Truth, she follows me. Thank you all that are subscribed to me for being so patient. I've had a lot of transitions to have happened, and to say the least, I'm doing okay. Don't I look okay? I'm doing okay. So if you have any questions for me, because I know it seems like I fell off the grid, but I did not. I didn't fall off the grid. I was living, and I wasn't living my life like it's golden. I still am. I'm in a new place. As you can see, look at my view here. I'm sitting on the floor. I just wanted to go live. My setup, I have a professional setup, but I'm not even connected to all that right now. I just want to say hi and just want to see how y'all doing. That's all. What's up, D-Star? I look amazing. Thank you. I try to look amazing. All the time. Whenever you step outside, you try to look amazing because you don't know who is watching you, right? You just don't know. So I just try to look my best. What's going on, D42 Mark? Now, I have some questions for you guys. Who watched the NBA All-Star game last night? Did anybody watch it besides me? Did anybody watch it besides me? Yes, this artwork has traveled with me for I had this painting. If you follow me, you know I've had this painting for a long time. It's going on 3 years now, and it's a glass painting, and it is beautiful, and I love it. So I travel with it. I do have a good view. I do. It has traveled with me for about 3 years now, and I don't plan on getting rid of it. I plan on keeping it. Ugh. But anyway, so the NBA All-Star, if you don't know, and if you follow me, you don't know, I am a sports fanatic. I love sports. I think love is an understatement. I love sports. So for me to watch the All-Star game, I was very disappointed because they did not play any defense. Like one of the players said, it was like a glorified layup whatever it was. I watched Saturday. I was glad Damian Lillard, I was glad he won the 3-point contest. I'm a big fan of Damian Lillard because he has a dog heart. He just really, and he's a great shooter. I love him. So he won. The white boy from the G League, he did an excellent job for the dunk contest. So that was awesome. I enjoyed it. I did not enjoy the All-Star game, but I did enjoy the activities before the game. Right? McClung, yes, he killed it. I called him G League. And then I noticed last night that Ty Young, I don't know if y'all know who Ty Young is. I noticed that Ty Young and Jason Tatum look so much alike. Have y'all seen that? They look so much alike. I was like, are y'all brothers and sisters? Because y'all look just alike. Yeah, white boys can jump. That's funny. But you're in and out of sports. I love sports. But on a more serious note, I am about to release a book that is very dear to my heart. I'm very transparent in this book. You fell asleep on the game? Oh, God. So I am releasing a book that is very dear to my heart. It's called Good Grief. And it's talking about different times in my life that I experienced things that caused me grief and how I overcame them and how I am still overcoming them. And the reason why I wanted to write this book is because I visited my parents' grave not too long ago. And while I was standing there, boohooing and crying and things, the download of the title of the book came to me while I was standing on my parents' grave. Because I sighed, and in my mind, I heard the words good grief. And I was like, okay, I'm going to wrestle with that because, watching Charlie Brown growing up, they always say, good grief, Charlie Brown, And so immediately I thought about that, but this book is going to be a firsthand of going through my mind of things that I experienced in my life. It started off with me talking about my dad and my mom, but then I brought in, when I had an abortion, I brought in when I got divorced, and I brought in, that was another thing that I brought in. But I brought in a lot of things that, because, I don't want to tell, a lot about the book, but when women have an abortion, sometimes they feel like they're not given the permission to grieve, because it depends on how you were brought up. Like myself, I was brought up in the church, and that was a sin. That was a no-no. You're not allowed to grieve this because you were wrong. But in my book, I talk about how I overcame that shame and that guilt. All right? So it is a very transparent book, and it's going through first person. So you're going to be reading my thoughts and how I felt throughout all of those transitions that I went through. Okay? And it's very vulnerable. So when you read it, I don't want you inboxing me and saying, Lord, Elisa, you did this. Oh my God, you did this. Yeah, I did it, but I ain't doing it no more. So, I'm going to tell you how to purchase it very soon. It is complete. I'm just scared to press the button. I am so afraid to touch the button. Do you find yourself having feelings about that sometimes? I finally released myself. I had an abortion in 2010. I finally released myself in 2021. Even though I knew I had been forgiven, even though I knew that God forgave me, I was in the flow of teaching other women, whatever. I knew, but because of the way I was raised, it was a blockage there. And something inside of me was dead. So I relieved myself. 2021, I had to go to the women's clinic. And there's a form that you have to fill out. Every time you go to a women's clinic, there's a form you have to fill out. And it says, let me see. It says, how many births, how many, all of those, right? And for years, I would only put 2 births and 1 miscarriage, right? And they have the termination one there. But this time, I was like, you know what? I'm not doing it. I put 2 births, 1 miscarriage, and 1 termination. And when I did, I took a picture of it. If you follow me, you would saw that I put it on my page. And I said, no longer I'm going to be ashamed of, X, Y, and Z, to something of that effect. And because it's not something that I wanted to do. It wasn't something that I was marching down the halls of the abortion clinic with balloons and saying, I'm having an abortion. But it was something that I knew that I didn't want to be connected to this person, because this person was married and this person was a bishop. So I just didn't really want to go through that, being connected to somebody like that. And so that's what I put in my mind, to be like, okay, I'm not doing this. I just can't, it's just too much. So when you read the book, though, you'll be able to know everything I went through that process. It was horrific. And when I wrote this book, I was like, God, I've been through a lot of stuff, but I don't look like it. And I don't love like it. I still love people the way that I feel like people should be loved, when I think I have the right to not do that. Because I'm telling you, I have been through a lot of stuff. And let's not even talk about the first lady side. I don't even want to talk about that. Because that's in the book too, a little piece of it. But I'm going to write a book about being a first lady. I'm going to write a separate book about that. Because women, I'm going to say, well, they do have first gentlemen now. But women being a first lady, that's a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot. And they give you their tail to kiss and all that. Let me tell you something. I ain't got time. I just don't have time. And I know that this first book is helping me to grieve more, but it's also helping me, giving me the courage to write more books. Because, I'm in the process of getting my doctorate. I'm in the last stages of it. Thank you, Jesus. I'm in the last stages of it. I'm going through my timeline, doing my dissertation and stuff like that. So I've just really been engulfed if you can't survive being at Fort Polk, you can't survive anything. I should have known when my Sergeant Lockett, I remember you. Listen, Fort Polk was a mess. And that story about me going to Fort Polk is something that I will never forget, because my MOS was merging into another MOS, and you had to have a top secret clearance. But I was in another part of the unit, and for some reason, I guess they forgot about me. I don't know. So when I came back to the unit, they was like, you have this amount of time to get a top secret clearance. And I was like, what? Or your needs of the Army. So I fell to the needs of the Army. And I got orders to go to Fort Polk. And it said Fort Polk, LA. So I was like, oh, shoot, I'm going to California? Okay. Then I started thinking, I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. LA. No, LA is not California. California is CA. So what is LA? I ain't never heard of Louisiana until I went there. Like, I mean, of course, in school you learn all the states, but I've been out of school for how long then? So I wasn't really paying attention to what LA was. And so when I looked that up, I felt like I was deployed. I felt like I was deployed in the United States. That's how far behind where I was in Louisiana was. I was staying in, I ain't gonna never forget it, New Lano, Louisiana, where the highlight of your shopping was Walmart. So I'm just, but anyway. So yeah, I'm just sitting down, not paying. Oh, y'all are really being nice to me tonight. 130 people. That's what I'm talking about. What can I say? Hit the like button. Buy a badge. What else? Buy a badge, subscribe to my Instagram channel. Even though I have not been active, but I will be active. I'm going to start vlogging every day, because I'm doing some different things. And I just want everybody to be a part of it, you know. Cheryl Underwood just followed me on Twitter. Like, out the blue. Cheryl Underwood, y'all. Y'all know she is so funny. But she just started following me on Twitter, so I got to get more active on Twitter now. Yes, hit the hearts, please. Hit the hearts. And also invite people over. If you have any questions, though, any questions at all, you know, I'm an open book. I don't mind talking. I need to get my nails done. You know, you can't be in Atlanta, don't have your nails done. I got to get my nails done. Thank you, Umbrella Lady Truth. So I just have a lot going on, and I'm going to start, like, I know I want to go to the Grace Church, because Aventer, you know, we talk like just a little bit. We don't talk a lot, but it's a little bit. And so I just really want to connect with people, because I have a vision in mind for the women here. I remember when I first moved here, I wanted to open up a because they have a lot of Atlanta celebrities running around here, and I wanted to be a celebrity counselor, right? Like, because I started to see a trend in where they was just really like lashing out on social media and stuff like that. I was like, they need like a safe place that they need to talk, you know, a safe place where they don't have to be all on the internet. Maybe that's a strategy. Maybe they want to be. But for those that don't want to be, I feel like I've met a lot of them. They just don't remember who I am. Like, I met Rashida, I met Cynthia Bailey, I met Marlo, but I wasn't meeting them trying to really meet them. I was just in passing, like Paula Whittle. She's like the person that's over Atlanta Fashion Week, and me and her was supposed to do some stuff together, but I lost contact with her. We were supposed to do something for the youth, but she's in charge of Atlanta Fashion Week. So I went to her Atlanta Fashion Week to just to be, friendly, whatever. So Marlo then was there and all that kind of stuff. She was like, hey, I want you to come and I want you to meet such and such, such. So I started that, but then I stopped. Can't wait for your first conference. Well, I am really good at conferences. I used to host, oh my God, Maisha Cheney came to my last gathering, and she was good. When she was promoting her book, Hiding Behind the Lipstick, it was really good. It was very intimate, but I used to be in charge of the 100 Women in Pink that was in the Raleigh area, and it was very good. So the day before the conference, we would have like a walkathon for like whatever cause that I would think of. The last cause, I think it was breast cancer. We did that. But when you're talking about hosting conferences and hosting, I'm a very good host at anything that I put my hands to. I just haven't been doing it. And with me teaching, that got me out of, because I really don't like my voice. But when I started teaching, that got me out of it. My voice sometimes, to me, sounds a little kiddie. But as I'm talking right now, though, I don't hear it. But I hear it at times. And I have a coping mechanism laugh. I know everything about me. I know everything about me. I know all my quirks. I know all my whatever. So now I use those things for my advantage. So whatever. So nobody don't have the smaller intimate conference. They are. Now my first conference, launching into the space called Me, I still remember that. That was so powerful. You hear what I say? You got to say it like that. It was so powerful. Jesus. That was a powerful conference. Oh my God. If somebody that was on, well, somebody probably going to watch it later that was there, I want you to put in the comment section, because I'm going to leave this video up, of it was powerful. She said, your voice is far from kitty. No, I had a person that asked me on the phone. Oh, I was so offended. She said, when is your voice going to grow up? I said, excuse me? Oh, I was about to let her I was about to let her have it. But I said, you know what? It ain't even worth it. I looked at my bank account. I said, it ain't even worth me addressing this. Why would you even say that? And I can't change my voice. So why would you even say that? No, I did not. Back then, I didn't record it. This was like in 2000, and my first one was in 2000 and it had to been 5 or 6. So we wasn't really recording during those times. But I remember that conference. Launching into the space called Me. And I broke that thing down, talking about how a rocket, how it goes through so many changes before it goes through. I'm feeling Don't let me preach. How a rocket goes through so many changes before it can get to where it's trying to, before it can get out of the Earth's atmosphere. And so I went through different layers of things that have to come off of you before you can launch. Ah! Jesus, did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? I said, yes, sir. So let me tell you, I laugh a lot, I joke a lot. But there is a lot in me that I need to get out. And you know what? Maybe I need to teach that again, because that thing was powerful. I had booklets. I had so much, and in all of my stuff. I remember one time I had I think this was the same one, where I had them to bring heads. You know, like the heads with wig heads that you had to put the wig heads on. And I had them to write down things that hindered their thinking, and pinned it to the head. Just pin it to the head, right? No, it was balloons. It was balloons. And so everybody had to come up and, say what those things were. And so after they said it, I said, now take your pen and, you bust all these things, and, all these things that are hindering you are going to go away. Of course, we have prayer and all those things. But listen, honey, I taught that thing. And I love practicality with spirituality. I love practicality with spirituality because I'm a practical person. So I be merging that stuff, and, people just be, but that was good to me. I need to reteach that. I do. I need to reteach it because it was so good. Oh, it was so good. So, I just... God gave me those things. Also, with the thing with like the mirror, I had people, saying things, whatever, and then they would look inside. But the main thing that was getting people was I had a body mirror. See, we look at our face, but most times we don't look at our body. And so when I had them to come up one by one to stand in front of the mirror and look at their whole body and say nice things about their whole entire body, people was breaking down left and right. Because we have to really love our whole self, not just our face. So, yeah. So it just was, it was amazing. And I need to get back into that. I do. I need to get back into doing those things, because when I started teaching again, I found out that that's my passion. And I like teaching high school students because I know that's our future. If I can grab them high school students before they graduate and put something in them before they go into the real world, I feel like that I can make a difference, in today's world. And so I asked them for the urban schools. I asked them for the schools that they feel like they don't have no hope. I don't want a cookie cutter job when it comes to teaching children. I want to come to a job where I'm making a difference. Because I've taught in both arenas. I taught in the arena where the kids had it all, and I taught in the arenas where the kids didn't have anything. I'd rather be placed in the school where I'm needed. And that's what, probably mostly my color, probably, yes. Because most kids, sometimes, I know the kids that I taught, they didn't have what my kids have. So to have somebody that's always positive, that's always, finding the good in what they do, whatever, they don't have that. So for them, that's why it was so hard for me to leave them kids in Palm Beach. Not Palm Beach. Pompano. Let me get it right. Pompano Beach. Because if I was in Palm Beach, I probably would have Pompano Beach, Florida. Because them kids needed me. Right? Them kids needed me. Because I had came from Parkland, where they were shooting everything up. So I said to myself, I'd rather be with the kids of my color. Because I know they ain't going to do this. They said I was mean for saying that, but I'm just dead serious. They fought with their fists, but they didn't bring no guns to school and stuff like that. So I was there during that time, so I can talk about it. I was in Parkland when that shooting happened, and I was pissed off. I was so pissed. I was like, what is going on? I said, oh, I gotta go. I don't belong here. I need to go across the railroad tracks. I don't belong here. But anyway, I'm not making light of that situation because I was there. And it was not a good feeling, especially the day after. It was not a good feeling. And to know that he's going to live. Do y'all think the death penalty is warranted? Sometimes, or do you feel like everybody should just live? I don't know. I had, because I was there and I heard the gunshots, and I didn't hear no screaming or nothing like that because I was at the middle school, but I heard the gunshots, and I was confused because I'm okay, I gotta sit in the chair now. I was confused because everybody knows about the Parkland shooter, right? Stoneman Douglas, the guy that walked in and shot all those kids at the school in Florida. Well, the kids and the I ain't gonna go into that whole story because when I tell the story, it's just a lot going on. Because I was there. I was on my break, about to go teach some middle schoolers. The middle school was a football field away from the high school because it's a filter school into that school. So I was about to go teach, and I heard the gunshots. So I put my trunk down. I was like, now, because it was a weapon that I'm used to hearing at a range. What's up, Joshua? And so I'm like, why am I hearing these gunshots in the middle of the day? There's no woods, so so nobody's hunting anything. Why am I here to M16? That's what I was saying to myself. So the black in me told me to get in my car. I got in my car, and usually where I park at, that gate is locked. But that day, it was open. So I got in my car and I drove out to try to see what was going on. And when I did, I drove out, and by the time I turned around, there was like 15 cars going down the road. But I knew I had a radio in my car, so I was close enough to the school to hear what they were saying on the radio. So I heard on our radio after I left. Let me put that in perspective. After I left out the gate, I heard them say, "Code red, code red." And I said, "Code red for our school?" And so I'm listening. So now by this time, I ain't drive back. Nope. I went to the Walmart parking lot, and I sat in the parking lot. And it said Code Red, and I said, then they said, you know who it is, right? And then they said the guy's name on it. It said Nicholas Cruz. And I was like, Nicholas Cruz. So I'm listening to them. I said, no, I'm not understanding what's going on. So I'm sitting at the Walmart parking lot, and I'm seeing everybody walking from the school to the Walmart parking lot, and they're walking over whatever. I see all these SWAT teams and all that. So I sat there for about an hour, and I drove home. I did. I drove home. I turned on the news, and that's when I found out what happened. I said, oh my God. I did not know. I didn't know what was going on. All I saw a SWAT team took this man out of his car because I guess he was trying to go where his kid was or whatever. And he wrestled him to the ground. He got arrested. And after I saw that, I left. I went home. And I saw it. But the next day, I found out that they was on lockdown at my school till about 9 o'clock at night. And so they was like, where were you at, Sergeant Dunn? I said, I was home. They was like, you left us here? I was like, what was I going to do? I don't have no weapon. What was I going to do for y'all? Just because I was in the military, what was I going to do with somebody that has a gun? Y'all crazy. So they was just mad because they didn't think to leave like I did. That's all. But anyway, so when I tell that story, they all shook their head like, but I knew that something was wrong because I know that sound. They were saying it sounded like firecrackers to them. I was like, I knew as soon as I heard it because it was a 3-round burst. I knew what it was. I just didn't know what was going on. Till I went home and turned on the TV and I saw it on TV. And then I felt bad because I was like, what am I supposed to clock out? Oh my God. I'm telling you, y'all, it was a mess. And I just, but this is the thing that really gives me chill bumps is because I was trying to work until I got a JRTC position. And they asked me to be a security over there before all of this happened. I actually interviewed to be a part of their team. I won't never forget it. I went over there because I needed more money. So I was like, they ain't paying me enough over here, and I'm working all these positions. I was like I did the cars in the morning. I helped out with the ESE class, and then I had my own class. And they, I was, so to this day, Mr. Bianchi is like, whatever you need, if you ever need a job, you can always come back here. Because I worked my tail off at that school. So Stoneman Douglas was looking for, okay, thank you for joining. I'm about to go too. So Stoneman Douglas, they were interviewing for a campus monitor, and I interviewed for it. Do y'all know what would have happened that day if I was a campus monitor over there? I mean, I might would have been a hero, cause. But what I'm saying is, I would have been over there during that time. It happened, but they hired somebody else. Yep. And now everybody that was there during that time is fired, even the superintendent. So, I don't know. God was looking out for me. And that's what I thought about when I finally, realized what happened, I just said, thank you, Jesus. Because I would have been on that campus that day. Now, granted, I probably would have thought a little bit different than, if not saying, I'm not blaming anybody for, anything, but I probably would have thought a little bit different during that time. But a lot of things changed because of it. I know in Broward County, I don't know about anywhere else, but you can't walk up in Broward County schools no more. Nope. They changed the whole system. And for that, I'm grateful. To the point that when I came here to Atlanta, I was like, y'all don't lock y'all doors? Y'all are this open? Like, because the school that I was at was like close to, it's close to a park. So people walking by that school all the time, and it's open. And I'm like, y'all not scared of this? But anyway, I've talked enough. You guys, thank you for being here. And I'm going to do more lives. And we're going to start to get to know each other, all right? Have a blessed night.